Trump administration is unlikely to implement a tariff on automotive imports on April 2nd, according to media reports over the weekend. Such a move would be a welcome development for automakers and suppliers that have warned of new levies straining the supply chain. Read the story. Ford Motor Company produced nearly 400,000 F-Series Super Duty pickups at 2 factories in the United States in 2024. Conversely, every engine came from Canada or Mexico. That now has the makings of one costly problem for the automaker. Read the story. It wasn't long ago when many automakers and suppliers were dismissive of the threat tariffs posed to their businesses. The consensus among them was that tariffs would only be a negotiating tool Trump would use to reach deals with other nations on trade and immigration. That's no longer the case. Read the column. When Karma Automotive President Marquez McCammon hatched a new strategic direction for the Southern California brand in 2023, moving upmarket to ultra-luxury, the veteran auto industry executive also aimed to reduce the company's reliance on parts sourced from China. What Karma did not anticipate was possible changes to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, a trade pact negotiated during President Donald Trump's first term. Read the story. A growing number of auto manufacturers see rising tariffs and escalating trade wars as the most serious crisis the industry has faced in recent years. The tariff pressure could eclipse the supply chain chaos during the pandemic and semiconductor shortage, which paralyzed global auto production and led to tens of millions of vehicle cuts worldwide. Read the story. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has maintained a cordial tone with Donald Trump despite the U.S. president's threats to sink the Mexican auto industry and the broader economy with a 25% tariff. Read the story. The trade war ignited by Trump is poised to hike assembly costs for automakers in North America, raising prices for new vehicles in Canada and sending buyers flocking to the relative safety of the used car market. Read the story. Nissan told dealers it has cranked up production in Mexico ahead of a potential 25% tariff on vehicles imported to the U.S. If Trump keeps the tariffs for an extended period, Nissan might have to pass on some of the cost to customers. Read the story. Japan's auto industry is bracing for potentially significant production cutbacks at home if U.S. tariffs on auto shipments go ahead in 2 weeks, as automakers including Toyota, Honda, and Nissan scramble to limit damage to the domestic export engine and supply chain. Read the story. Ford is